Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Mars and Barnsy. We're still going to be on Sol 710 and this is going to be the third part. I think it'll be most probably like the third and final part because I think I've done enough on this particular image, to be honest with you. I've showed you in part 1 the centre ridge with the sculptures all along here, and then I've showed you some of the interesting artifacts here. You know, the possibility of a circular structure there, and that could be possible altar within the structure, and you've got this circular cut. It looks as if it's cut out of sheet metal. It could be some other material, but it certainly looks like sheet metal to me. But you know, I'm not there. I'm not exactly 100% sure. I don't know, but it certainly looks artificial. But today I want to concentrate on this top part, the top part of the ridge, because there's quite a few anomalies on this. One of the first anomalies I noticed, because I usually look for sculptures and statues, you know, statues of human beings, sculptures of human beings, animals, because for obvious reasons they're the easiest to recognise. You've also got to be careful of pariedolia and everything else. That's why I always look for multiple formations, multiple features, not just single standalone images that look like a face or an animal. If you have a look at all my videos, I try to put as many connections within each video as possible, and people can turn around and say, oh, it's pariedolia, it's imagination, but it's hard to argue from that point if there's multiple sculptures, multiple statues, multiple faces, and there's connections between them. So I always try not to show an isolated image on its own, and none of my videos will show an isolated image, because that, you know, if you see a face on its own in the middle of the desert, on a rock, whatever, it's very subjective. Chances are it's mostly pariedolia, but not if it's connected to other features. Okay, so I've already shown you these statues and sculptures here, which I think are statues and sculptures anyway. And if we go back to these ones with the very Egyptian-like headdress, yeah, there's one there, there's another one there, and if you look along the ridge here by these blocks which look like blocks, there's another one here. I don't know whether you can see that. I know it's very blurry on this, but I have done a clearer image. Just change the colours and okay, just done it. I desaturated it basically and put it in black and white, because sometimes you can see images better when it's just black and white, but if you look very carefully you can see a face. But the interesting thing about it, it seems to have another one of them square helmets on, helmet or hat or crown, very similar to an Egyptian, and the face is the same as the others. You've got the eyes and nose, you've got the fat cheeks and the round mouth. That's why I'm pointing this out, because it's got similarities to the other sculptures. Now this, again, I've got to apologise for the clarity of it. I know it's not very good, but another reason why I'm pointing this out is because I think the top part of this image is something akin to like a rock garden, with like a water feature, like a Japanese rock garden or something like that. I'm going to show you why. But if you just look very closely at this image, you'll see here what I think could be like a tube or a pipe, that comes along. See, it's like windy here. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like rock, and I think again this could be a water feature where the mouth is open and water comes out the mouth. Yeah, possibility. Okay. Anyway, I think that's a possible pipe coming down there. Maybe there. I'm not too sure. And that's why they have these little round mouths, because I think they were water features and water came out of the mouth of these little sculptures, these little statues. Okay. So I'll just close that. So that's there by these interesting blocks as well. Yeah, see these blocks here? Very, very interesting. Okay. Now, if you just come a little bit further down here, there's another very, very interesting formation here, feature here. Again, I think that is a sculpture. See? Here. Now, if you just go to an enhanced image of it. Here. Okay. So I've filtered it, I put the blur on it, changed the levels, and sharpened it up a little tiny bit, and this is what we can see. It seems to be the skull, if you like, or the statue, the head of a statue of some kind of creature. Whether it was a mythical creature to the people that lived here, or whether it was an actual indigenous creature that once lived on Mars, I have no idea. But as you can see, it's got a mouth with a lot of teeth in it. It's got a long snout, and I'm not sure about the eyes. I'll be honest with you. You know, this could be an eye here. I'm not sure, but you can see it's got an upper jaw, it's got a lower jaw, and it's got something that definitely looks like teeth to me, and it's in a cut, like a rock cut alcove here. Can you see that? It's in like a little alcove. Again, this may have been part of the water features on, you know, on the upper level of this ridge. And we've got some interesting features here that don't look like rocks to me. Yeah, and if you just come over here, okay, can you see this? Again, I think that is the head of a giant sculpture. Yeah, and I'll just show you it a little bit clearer. It's like, it looks like the head of a sculpture that's fallen over, because obviously everything here is destroyed and it's eroded, and you know, we're seeing only the remnants of a destroyed civilization, aren't we? I mean, look at this. This well, it looks like a brick, to be honest with you. It's perfect, isn't it? You see that? But anyway, this here, you know, you can see its nose and comes up. You see its mouth here. It's the bottom part of its neck. There's its face here, and you can see one eye. And I think this is most probably the other eye. Say there's the nose there, but to me, it certainly looks like some kind of sculpture. You know, and that will fit in with all the other things that we can see. I'm not really sure about this, but this could be here, like pipes again, that comes up and then down and across. I'm not really sure on that. I did think these were pipes here, but I think they might be the upper edges of again, a metallic structure, but I'll come to that a little bit later. And then we've got like this here. See, these all look like metal plates, and you know, they look just straight. They're too straight. Got too many straight angles in them for them to be natural rock. Because I think all this is runes. Anyway, we come out of that. Okay. So this is, that's the creature. Yeah, there's the sculpture with the teeth. There's the head here. I hope you can see that. And it's got like maybe a pipe here, which would fit in if these were, you know, this was some kind of water feature. Now, the other interesting area on this is this here. But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get out of this orangey crud, this crap colour. So please bear with me for 1 second. Okay, just going to do the levels on it just to see. It does make it a little bit easier to work with, doesn't it? But what I sort of became interested in here was this area here. And at first I thought, are they rocks? See? These rocks. And then the more I looked at them, I realised that there was too many straight lines. You see here? Too many straight lines here. And then it dawned on me what we were looking at. We're actually looking at the roof of something. This is a roof, believe it or not. And there's some kind of artificial structure here underneath the sand. So you've got a layer of sand, and then underneath it here you've got the roof of something like, let's say, a bunker, because everyone can understand that, you know, the roof of a bunker. And these here, all this here is not rocks. It's like where the metal has been torn open. Yeah. So if you had your head here, you could look in to these openings here, because I think that's what they are. This is torn metal, and that is also a gap. Yeah, that's a gap there, but it's straight. And this is a corner, and then it goes straight again. You see that? There's another gap. Yeah, because this is maybe the roof. All this is the roof. All this is the roof. Yeah. And these look like girders. See? These here don't half look like girders. That looks like a metal plate that's come up. This looks like a girder here, and this looks like, again, a ripped metal, so you could look into that gap there. Again, this looks suspiciously like an opening, but I think all this is the roof of some kind of structure. Yeah, look at that. And what I've done, I worked on this a little tiny bit. You know, you can even see that this looks like some kind of little altar here. See it? You see this like block on the top here, and these big blocks here with a groove going in. So I think it's supposed to be sedimentary rock, but I don't think so. So if we come to that now, what I've done, if you just come out to that, and I worked on this one a little tiny bit. Okay, so there's that, what I think may be a buried structure. And just let me open that up with the Adobe. It's only so I can zoom in on it. Now remember the destroyed, what I think anyway, is a artificial roof here, and these are the jagged edges where the side is being destroyed. Can you see that? And it comes along, there's another ripped hole in the side, and that's another one there, see? And if you were standing here, you could look in to that and see the way it turns around there, and you can just see another groove here where maybe the roof is. You see that? So is the ripped sides, which at first I thought were rocks, but obviously they're not, are they? You can see, you can look into that, and then there, and then it goes off at a 90-degree angle, yeah. And you can just see there where I've used the burn tool and I've brought the edges out on the top of the roof. You see that? And I know these are ripped up and corroded, but that was must be a straight line there as well. So there's some kind of structure buried beneath this dust. And even these here are most probably like metal plates maybe, or bits of, you know, bits of metal, yeah. You know, that, look, that's too straight in it, and then it's a bit jaggedy there, like a jagged, and then it goes straight again. But in the original colour, the orangey colour, reddish colour, it all looks like rock, doesn't it? But when you use the burn tool on it and sharpen the image up a little bit, enhance it a little bit, then we can start seeing the reality of what's here. You know, look at that. Again, it looks like a rock, but it's not. It's actually a tear in the side of this structure that's buried here underneath, like a bunker or something like that. I hope you can see that. And these, to me, they look awful like girders to me. See that? They've got a bit of a curve in it. Don't know whether you can see that. Yeah. And then it goes off a 90-degree angle here and comes up. Comes here. And see that as well. That's like hollow. You see that? That's what I'm seeing. Again, you could poke your head in there and have a look inside that, which is telling me that it's not shadow, it's not a rock, it's some kind of material that's being damaged and destroyed. Look at that. Again, that doesn't look natural. You know that. And there's like a round thing there. There's one there. Someone comes down here. There's another round thing there. You know, these all look like metal plates, girders, rebar. You can see where holes are being ripped into the side of it. So it's obviously hollow, isn't it? Must be like a hollow space. There must be a building underneath this. Yeah. Okay, just let me close that. Okay, I'm just zooming in on a little bit, just so that you can see that a little bit, maybe clearer. You know, if you're on a mobile phone or a tablet. But I recommend that you watch these videos, all my videos, that you watch them on a big monitor, because it doesn't do them justice on a mobile phone or even a tablet, to be honest with you. You see them girders there? Looks like a girder, doesn't it? It comes along, and you see the big hole here. You see the hole that's all you can actually see where the holes, where the sides have been ripped open by some kind of force and eroded. So there's obviously a buried structure there, definitely. Okay, let's come Most of that. Now, organized chaos as usual, guys. So what I showed you before is this area, yeah? See again, in these images, look at the state of that. It's absolutely terrible. You know, it just looks all natural, doesn't it? Like rocks and all that, but it's obviously not. Now, if you come a little bit further over, this structure, by the way, I think comes from about here. See all this? I think all this is part of that structure. All this here, and this as well. This is all curled up metal and steel that's being ripped open, because this is where it's being ripped open as well, on this area round here. Yeah, so from there to there, I'd say sorry, from there to there, I'd say all that has got buried structure underneath it, definitely. Okay, now if you come down this area, you've got another interesting feature here. Now at our first glance, it just looks like a jumble of rocks and, you know, the usual rubbish, but it's not, because here we've got, it looks like another partially buried structure, because if you come along here, it sweeps round in a circle, and then it comes along here, and then there's like a big opening here, and then we've got like little walls raised up off the floor, yeah, because these are hollow, yeah, and I'll show you that now on an enhanced image, exactly what I'm talking about. Now this is what I've done with the burn tool, because I think this is maybe the origin of the rock garden, if you like. Maybe it's a well, maybe it's a spring or something like that, but what on first observation just looks like a jumble of rocks and everything is not. You can actually see like a buried structure. Can you see the way it comes round here? You see that? Just let me get the pencil so I can show you. See? It's like a buried structure there. It comes along, and then there's the hole in the ground. You see that? So this may be some kind of well or something like that. And then on the top we've got like little raised walls, yeah, and along here we've got other raised walls there, see, and then this was like deep, that's you know, maybe a foot or two deep, and I'd say water used to be in there. See what I'm putting across us? And I think this was all full of water, i.e. as in a rock garden, yeah, and this could have been a well or something like that, where, you know, or again it could be a buried structure. I don't know. Now this here, this little part here, is actually a face. Now, you know, it was like with the headdresses I've been telling you about, where it comes up and then across and then down. This is what this is here, and there's a little gap between two pieces of paving stone there. There's one piece of paving stone, there's another, and you can just see the line, the gap there, right? And it's, that gap is right opposite his mouth here. Again, this is a water feature, where you see water coming out of like a sculpture out of the mouth, and then it trickles down, yeah. And I think water filled all these gaps here. I think water filled all these gaps that we can see. So I'll try and show you a closer, a better image of this, because I have done a better image than that. here. Right, I'll brighten this one up again. Just basically change the contrast. All perfectly acceptable. Much better than the original reddish orangey images that we get from NASA. Okay, so there's that circular structure there, and can you see these little walls here? And I think these like little pools where water flowed. Now, can you see the face here with the square, with the sort of funny page boy hairstyle or hat? Can you see that? Exactly the same as the others. You see the eye, the nose, and the round mouth, and that round mouth is right opposite this split in the two paving stones. Can you see the two paving stones either side? And I think water came out of that and filled. Water come out of that and filled these little pools here, and we had a rock garden. Yeah, can you see where I'm coming from? There's the mouth. Water came down that gap here and filled, you know, these areas here, all round here. Yeah, and there's that hole in the ground. It comes round, it's buried, because this is all built up as in a Japanese rock garden here. You see that? Now, if we just go back to this original, because I just want to show you. So there's that face there. Can you see it? Can you see it there? Okay, and this is like the rock garden part here, all around this region. And that's one of the reasons why, you know what I was saying earlier on about why you've got these water streaks here. Can you see them? Like, because I think there must still be a lot of water there now to this day, buried underneath here, maybe in that spring or something like that, maybe deep in the rocks, and we're still getting flows of water under special circumstances. Even though the biosphere is very hostile on Mars, it mostly still trickles out and evaporates and causes these mud flows. You see them? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I just want to show you this area because I think there's another pipe there. So if I just close that, okay. Yeah, so there's that. Is this image here? You know, I said there was another pipe because I think that this is what it is here. First off, can you see like the little alcove here? You see that? Where it's been dug out, it's been rock cut here, and there's a little hole here, right? Can you see that little hole? And I think this lighter coloured material is some kind of pipe. See that? You can see it there, and then it goes under this and it comes out the other side. Yeah, and you see that little gap there, and there's another little gap here, because I think this is maybe some kind of pipe as well. See that? So we've got a little hole there, and we've got this here, and there's the other part of it there. You see that? And then we've got this here, which runs behind the rock and then comes back out again here. You see that? It looks as if it's blended in. It looks as if they blended it into this rock, but it's not. It does go, I think, into this crack See this crack here? I think it goes into that crack and most probably then comes down, and we have some kind of runoff at the bottom. Yeah, no, but it definitely looks artificial to me. And if you look very carefully here, can you see this? You see that? You've got a structure with it like an open entrance going into. So if you were standing here, you could walk into this entrance here. Can you see it? Yeah, just let me pencil it in. So you've got, seems to come down this way and comes along 90-degree angle and then down. You see that? And this is hollow inside. So if you were standing here, you could walk inside there. I mean, this could all be, well, I think it is like a damaged structure, some kind of damaged structure. Some kind of structure was here, yeah. Because this all looks, you know, there's all sorts in here. Looks very, very unusual, to be honest with you. Okay, so we come out of that. Oh yeah, that was another thing I wanted to show you just very, very quickly. I think this is like some kind of outlet pipe as well. See that there? This is just below it's on the middle part by the sand dunes, and there's like runoffs, you know, all along here, all beneath here there's like runoffs, but that to me looks like a pipe sticking out. It's like, looks like a little hole here as well, but that certainly looks like a pipe that's protruding. And again, it wouldn't surprise me in the least that we had like water flowing out of it, because it does look here. See the way this comes down here. Here, can you see that? So that definitely looks maybe like some kind of you know, like gravity assisted water spout or something like that. Okay, just wanted to show you that. Let's see if there's anything else that I've yeah, can you see all the watermarks there? Like that's dug deep into the sand. That sand hasn't done that. That's water, guaranteed. And if you just have a look at this one as well, it's just a little, looks like a little sculpture. Can you see it? See there? Can you see that? Like a little sculpture, and like the water coming down, because I think that water's coming out of maybe the mouth of that sculpture. See the face? Just let me zoom in on it. I'm pretty certain we're not looking at pariedolia. I'm saying if there's too many sculptures, there's too many statues, there's too much connected. But can you see it? And I think again that water, they tried to, what's the name here actually, they tried to smudge it out. You see that? But I think the water mostly comes out of the mouth and then down. Okay. Okay then guys, I think I've shown you everything that I need to show you on this image. It's certainly an amazing image, and just so you know, Sol 710 actually there's multiple images of Sol 710. There's not only this image here, there are loads of them, and one or two people have actually done gigapans of Sol 710, so I recommend that you maybe look for it and have a little perusal of what's here. I've only shown you one single image. Now, how many anomalies have I shown you in this one single image? And not everything in it is pariedolia, imagination, is made up. is a mistake, even if only 1% is correct. There's some, NASA have got to answer some serious questions about, what's going on Mars and the Earth-Mars connection, and this ancient civilization that once existed there, most probably a human civilization, although they were a bit strange to say the least. But all those parts 1, 2 and 3 are all based on this single Sol image 710, and I've shown you connections, I've shown you anomalies that need serious consideration, in my humble opinion. Okay then guys, thanks very much for watching, and look out for the next video. Thank you, bye bye.